Today we are back on a game that I have been really enjoying, Guilty as Sock. Except today I used some custom cards and some custom evidence in my games, so I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Ooh.
Tars.
Oh.
Murdering his wife. You have the floor, prosecutor.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I may, I'd like to make an opening statement without any evidence. I want some time to review my case.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom, you can see before you Dr. Terrison, sitting with legs crossed like a little cuckold. This guy
That's
is
bitch
a
bait.
grade A piece of shit.
No bitches.
Killed his wife in a crime of passion. He found his wife cheating with a black man, and in a fit of rage, murdered his wife. It's an evil, horrible thing he did. He should be put away for life. Your Honor, I yield.
All right, would the defense like to make his opening statement?
I would. Your Honor, my client pleads innocence, as he claims he was not even at home at the time of the murder.
Neither was OJ.
He's got a point.
Your Honor, if I may, I would like to present this GoPro collection to the courtroom. Obviously, there was some weird shit going on. Okay, this guy. I'd also like to present this YouTube channel. This guy was an outdoors YouTube channel. He would go on camping trips for weeks at a time, leaving his wife home alone and without care, if you know what I'm saying.
Sounds like
Well, it sounded like she had black hair.
All for the betterment of his YouTube following. It's a horrible thing. This guy's totally negligent. Your Honor, I yield.
YouTube does make me sick.
So I have a couple pieces of evidence I would like to present. First, I would like to present the party boat. My client was on a party boat at the reported time of the murders. However, while he was on the party boat, he was using this Logitech webcam that he had set up to spy on his wife, to catch her in the act of cheating. Where, while
Shit, that was good.
while on this camera and while watching the footage, he saw his now late wife's mistress, whatever you want to call it, the person she was cheating on him with, murder her in cold blood in their very bedroom.
Your Honor,
Prosecution has the floor.
Your Honor, the defendant is either being disingenuous. I think the defendant's being disingenuous. I think he's being intentionally dishonest, Your Honor, because I have a tracked phone location placing Dr. Terrison at the scene of the crime at the time it was committed, according to the coroner. There's no question he was in that house. No question whatsoever. I would also like to present doctoral malpractice. Dr. Terrison had recently lost his license, his medical doctor license, because of a malpractice suit in which he gave gender reassignment surgery to a young Nepalese boy.
Oh shit, he's cooking it.
Ooh,
Does anyone know what Nepalese is?
Oh my god.
yeah, people from Nepal.
Your Honor, I yield for now.
I got a couple things to argue against that. First, I would like to present his Instagram Reels history. His Instagram Reels history was filled with romantic locations where he had thought about taking his wife before catching her cheating. He was looking at these locations, trying to figure out a good place to take her for her anniversary. I may also present this Forrest Frank concert ticket. Him and his wife went to see Forrest Frank perform, and I think this clearly proves that he very much loved his wife before the whole infidelity issue. But this also proves that he was a great Christian man. I mean, no one would just go to a Forrest Frank concert without, having some sort of spiritual belief.
You have the floor,
Thank you, Your Honor.
prosecutor.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, I would like to call the sad clown to the stand.
That's
It's me,
not.
the blue one.
That's not
It's,
this.
Oh,
That's
the blue one?
that's the
Or like
homeless
this.
man.
There you go. There we go.
there we go.
Mr. Clown, would you,
Yeah.
is that your name? May I call you Mr.
That's-
Clown?
Mr. Clown's fine.
All right, Mr. Clown, is it true that you are a subscriber of Dr. Terracin on YouTube.com?
Oh yeah, I was one of the first 10 of his first subscribers. Been there the
And
whole time.
How many subscribers does Dr. Terracin have today?
Oh, I would say well over 1 million, I think.
And what was the sort of brand of content that Dr. Terracin was making?
Survival videos. He would go camping and show videos of how he was living out in the campground, just living off the land.
Did he ever do any sort of hunting videos?
Not to my recollection. He did, you know, have to survive off the land, and he would say that he had off-screen taken out a squirrel or two here and there, but no videos on that in particular.
Right. Given what you know about Dr. Terracin, do you think it's possible that he could have committed this crime?
Well, I think he's a pretty stand-up guy. One time you tried to cheer me up, but I was too sad.
Well, if he's such a stand-up guy, how do you explain his malpractice suit?
I don't know. I'm a clown. I've never been to the doctor, really.
That's reasonable. Mr. Clown, do you consider Dr. Terracin a violent person? Do you think he's violent? Or quick to anger?
Well, I wouldn't say so myself. I mean, look at him. He's got his hands folded and everything. Seems like a pretty stand-up guy.
Looks pretty conniving to me. Your Honor, I yield.
Would the defense like to cross-examine the witness?
No, I think the witness has proved my case, proved mine and my client's case.
Oh wow, shit. Well,
Oh,
it was
well,
on. It looks like he uploaded that to
that's a new
YouTube.
video. I gotta go watch that.
There's a body hanging right there.
But no, I think the witness proved that my client is innocent. I mean, the witness had said my client would never do such a thing. That's, you know, we could examine his pocket knives, but I mean, we've already done that, and his pocket knives show no trace of blood, especially from the late wife. The only sort of blood that was found was his own from times where he had accidentally slipped in the forest and cut himself, you know, trying to get through the thick weeds and the trees and, you know, trying to set up tent where he might have accidentally cut himself. There's no evidence of blood from his late wife on these knives.
Your Honor, my final piece of evidence. It's a Lego Death Star.
Holy shit.
I'd like to paint a picture for the court, if I may. Dr. Terracin got home, or former Dr. Terracin, got home after a weeks-long camping trip out in the Alaskan wilds. And he got home and he brought with him a Lego Death Star, intending that him and his wife would sit down and watch Gossip Girl and build this Death Star together. What he found when he returned home was the antithesis of this union that he thought they shared. He found a black man brutally kicking her down in his own bed. And he reacted in the most primal way he could. Being a survivalist himself, he reverted to his primal instincts.
Breaking
and
news.
He just let loose.
Oh, clickbaiting.
Oh.
As you can see, this new news article proves that my client is innocent. Just, I mean, think about it. How many times have you watched a YouTube video, looked at the thumbnail, and said, "I know for a fact that's in there"? watched the video and then never saw what was on the thumbnail. I know it's happened to me multiple times.
Your Honor, if I may. I also think my tracked phone location placing Dr. Terrison at the scene of the crime during the time is totally, I mean, that's it. That's the smoking gun. The defense wants to claim he was on some Diddy Miami party boat, but it's pretty clear, based on my evidence, we know exactly where and when he was. He brought this Death Star to his wife in hopes that they would share a moment together, and what he found was disturbing and horrifying. And as a survivalist, he turned into a beast. He turned into a primal beast.
Do you have anything else to present?
I would like to present one more fact, as I have no more evidence to present. The Lego Death Star that the prosecution is claiming that my client bought and brought home has been a discontinued set for many years now. As I would know, as I own the set. But however, I purchased this set about 10 years ago. This set has been discontinued for at least 4 years. So how is it possible that my client bought that set while on this trip, which was about a month ago?
He bought it off Facebook Marketplace on his way home. It's a long drive down from Alaska.
I just don't see that as being plausible.
I don't see that party boat story as being plausible, counsel.
Oh my days.
Well, what about the tickets and the Instagram Reels history?
I think it's frankly irrelevant. The Instagram Reels history only serves to prove how serious he was about his wife, how passionate he was about him. Only serving to prove that he might go fucking wild.
Oh, breaking
If
news.
he found out that something horrible was happening.
Is there anything else you need to add, prosecutor?
No, Your Honor, I rest my case. I think it's pretty clear.
And the defense's final statement?
I think it's pretty clear based off the webcam evidence that my client's innocent and that he, in fact, witnessed his wife get murdered on this Logitech webcam that he had set up to catch her cheating in the act.
Actually, Your Honor, if I may make a closing statement officially.
You have it
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, it should hopefully by now be clear beyond the shadow of a doubt that Dr. Terrison is an unreliable narrator. He lost his medical doctorate license in a horrible accident with a Nepalese boy. He loved his wife more than anyone else. He got home and saw something horrible, and he snapped. I think it's pretty open and shut, Your Honor. I yield.
All right, I want the jury to deliberate what they think.
Yeah, this guy guilty.
Yeah, you said that since the start of the round. Can you explain to me why you think he's guilty?
I don't know. I think he
No
did it.
bitches.
Except for that bitch wife.
Well, we got one vote for guilty. What does the other jury they think?
I don't think he's guilty, Judge.
Oh shit, a tie.
Oh, it comes down to
It's a hung jury.
Comes
So
down to me.
what do you believe, Judge, based off
Yo,
evidence?
bailiff, I know we're gonna hit the bar after this. How you feeling?
I'm pretty split, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm saying. They both presented good arguments.
Yeah, I don't think I could give you without a shadow of a doubt answer right now, Judge.
Oh, the journalist has something to say.
What is it?
Yeah, with what I've seen making those breaking news, it's pretty evident to me that Mr. Tarson did in fact murder his wife. So I'd put him in jail.
Are we going to take the word of a journalist who has no, study in legal court over our fine judge today.
Oh, that almost won the case right there. You called me fine.
Fine as hell, if I may add.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, we got the jury has something else to say.
Oh,
What is it, jury?
Yeah, I just want to go off the claim of the journalist. This guy, I don't think he's a reliable source. That boy should just keep drawing. That boy should just keep drawing.
That dribble boy.
Yeah, boy,
I
go
don't
ahead,
have
draw,
anything
boy.
else to draw. I don't have any more people left.
Your Honor, if I may make an appeal to the hung jury.
Go ahead. You have the floor. Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's clear what happened. I think I've painted a perfect timeline. I'm happy to do it again. I think the strongest part of my case is the defense, actually, because the defense has proven time and time again my case. It's proven he cares about his wife through the Instagram reels. He's proven that he's an unreliable source with the doctored Logitech webcam footage and the fake party boat claim, which I've disproven. Yes, you have a question.
Yeah, Mr. Grease, right?
Yes,
Is
sir.
that what they call you, right? I just don't believe in reliable source. I think you're a corrupt prosecutor. I said it. Yeah, I said it.
holy
Oh, we're
shit.
not gonna talk
Oh.
about that time you got invested by internal affairs. Oh, we're
Oh.
gonna do that, right?
Oh!
Right?
Your Honor, it seems
Right?
that this, Your Honor, it seems that
Holy
this jury
shit.
is it seems that this jury is unable to be impartial.
Look, Judge, I respect your decision. Either or, it's a really good case. I'm just saying.
It's a really
Prosecutor
good
over
case
here,
indeed.
He's not too of a reliable source, I believe. All the
I argue that the
allegations
jury
of
cannot be trusted.
racism,
It seems
hate
it seems that
crimes,
it
and
seems
the
being
jury
is-
arrested for
the jury is
corruption.
pretty
I
clearly
don't think I
biased
believe
against
this guy.
It's a shame the world lost another fine white woman.
I believe Mr. The witness has something to say.
I'm just
Witness?
saying,
What is
Yes,
it?
Yes. So, well, I do agree with you, jury, in that the prosecutor seems a little funky. I mean, look at his mustache. I wouldn't trust someone with that mustache.
I worked
But
hard to grow
that's
this mustache.
speculation the highest, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah, I mean, Your Honor, are we seriously going to take the word from a jury who's obviously biased against me?
All right, I've made my
Whoa,
decision. I
Oh.
find the defendant guilty.
No!
Thank you, Your Honor.
Damn.
You made the right choice.
I got you. I
I think
got
he's
you.
I think he's probably learned his lesson. Oh shit, this is some serious shit.
Fuck.
This is some very serious,
Alright.
some serious.
God damn it, Kyle.
So,
Prosecutor, you have the floor for your opening statement.
I would like to
Murder.
let's make some opening statements. First of all, we would like to. I bring these charges against Kyle Broflovsky here, as he has been witnessed by killing his one of his dearest friends, Kenny. We found Kenny's orange jacket ripped to shreds and torn up in Kyle's backyard, and I don't think there's any room for him trying to hide and dispose of the body in his own backyard as well.
My bad. My bad.
Thank you, prosecutor. Defense, please
know-
make your opening statements.
I think we can make this pretty cut and dry for everyone here today. It's a pretty simple statement. I've got one piece of evidence that should sum this up.
Let's hold on the evidence for now.
Heard.
You
Well,
just like to make an opening statement.
Today we have Kyle here. Kyle did not do it. We have multiple facts to back this claim up. And the fact that he would be accused of such heinous activities when he is a loved member of
Heinous.
society. Look at that face. Yeah, that's what I thought. I bet you feel pretty bad about this.
Damn.
That's all for now, Your Honor.
Thank you, counsel. Prosecutor, you have the floor.
First, I'd like to go ahead and present some evidence here. First piece of evidence I would like to present is a YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is of dearest friend Kenny, and I think this channel had grown to many subscribers, thousands of subscribers, and I think Kyle was getting jealous of the
Hey, Jerry.
success that Kenny was gaining from this
What's
YouTube
up?
channel and the
No
popularity that
smoking
he
in
was
the
gaining.
fucking courthouse.
Order.
And so,
Please.
yeah, I
I'm sorry,
think
prosecutor. Continue.
Sorry,
think-
I'm nickel tripping.
I think, the defendant over there, Kyle Broflovsky, was a little jealous of his dearest friend Kenny, as this channel had grown many subs, and Kyle just couldn't seem to, get the same success that Kenny could doing YouTube. And that's all I'd like to present for now.
Honorable
Defense.
judge, amazingly handsome jurors, I ask you to look at
Only
this
one
face.
jurors.
Does this look like the face of someone jealous? Now I'd like to clear up that it was not Kyle there when Cartman's beanie was found at the scene. See, this is simply a misunderstanding of who was where at which time. See, Kyle was never anywhere near Kenny. Cartman was in fact the one jealous
I
of
forgot
Kenny.
that was in the pack. No!
And that is all I have to say on that matter.
Thank you, defense. Prosecutor,
Oh my.
you have the floor.
Jury. Well,
The second tower. Sorry.
I think that's a little suspicious that you bring up Cartman's beanie when in Kenny's homeless cardboard box we found Kyle's DNA along with just some personal property of Kyle Broflovsky. This property included Kyle's pocket knives. I mean, it's just really weird that Kyle's pocket knives would be at Kenny's homeless cardboard box. Don't you think?
I can clear this up
Defense,
for
you have the floor. Thank you, prosecutor.
So, now you might be wondering, why was Kenny in a homeless box? Why was Kyle near Kenny's homeless box? And that's a very simple question. As I said, Kyle is a loving member of our community. He helps everyone he can. And that's why we found this $20 bill that Kyle was giving to Kenny so that he could get out of said homeless box.
Ooh. And you getting this shit?
That's the one I was looking for. Oh my
Don't worry,
God,
Kyle,
no,
I
he
got you back.
didn't.
Oh my god.
Yep.
This
He
guy's
is
fucking
simply
good, bro.
a
This
loving
guy's
member
good.
and is worried about his friend Kenny. It comes down to that. Simple, plain as day.
Counsel, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Not at this moment, Your Honor.
Thank you. Prosecutor. you
I
have
would
the
like to
floor.
call my witness to the stand, the amateur
course.
detective,
Amateur.
Hey, Pat,
Amateur.
keep an eye on this.
Officer Barbrady. When you were investigating Kenny's homeless box after his murder, why did
Yes.
Kyle's knife stand out so much in this box?
Well, the knife was soaked in blood. That's what really stood out to me.
That's all my questioning for the witness. I think it's pretty obvious that Kyle's knife was used to murder his dear friend Kenny.
I'd like to ask if we know it was Kenny's blood on this knife.
Yeah, defense, would you like an opportunity to cross-examine?
Oh, yes. Sorry, Your Honor. Sorry, I spoke
Go
out
for
there.
it. You have the floor, no worries.
Private investigator, I would like to ask, do you know whose blood was on the knife?
No.
Are you sure?
Forensics-
Yes,
the forensics haven't come back in yet. We're still waiting.
So what you're saying is it could have been anybody's knife. Hence, it could have been Kenny using the knife to defend himself.
Well, I guess that we do not know yet.
Exactly. And hence, putting Kyle into jail would be or what's the word? Basically putting him into jail too early.
Do you have anything else to say, defense?
That is all, Your Honor.
Thank you. Let me see. Thank you, witness, for your time. Prosecutor, you have the floor.
I'd like to add, it's a pretty well-known fact that our friend Kyle here is, of the Jewish descent.
Harassing me.
And I think
are we making this racist?
no,
Whoa,
we're not.
whoa.
We're not.
Prosecutor,
Prosecutor.
All right, let's hear him out.
What?
No
Whoa.
racism, bro. No
Whoa, let's hear him
racism.
out. Let's hear him out.
No racism.
We're not being racist.
Okay,
We're
maybe
just
a little bit of racism.
Maybe-
Prosecutor.
maybe a little
Prosecutor, are
bit.
you going somewhere with this?
yes, I am, and
Okay.
you know,
Continue.
it just we have it's and you know it's shown many times in his generosity and everything that he has money, and which is why it seems pretty obvious that he hired this lawyer to cover his murder. I mean, they have enough money to rent a Lambo. I mean,
He is in a really nice suit. That's a really nice suit you're wearing.
why are we
Thank you.
why
That's-
what need did we have to rent a Lamborghini? I think he's trying to cover this case, and trying to pay off his case and get out of this. I mean, just
Prosecutor, I'm gonna request you be a little more clear. Who rented the Lamborghini?
Kyle and his family
For what purpose?
to help
do you
dispose of the
speculate?
body. To help dispose of the body is my speculation. I mean, the Lamborghini is one of the fastest cars in the world. It only makes sense they would get it to be able to hide Kenny's body in the back and speed out of town in order to hide the body.
I just have one rebuttal for that, Your Honor.
Yeah, stand by. Give me 1 second. Let's do it. You have the floor.
That's all.
Fuck, man, I'm swayed.
It's
That
convincing.
was pretty
just
good.
saying.
Crap, that's
Yeah.
it's pretty good
If
evidence.
You have a Lambo. I'm just saying, like, don't judge me for my high preferences.
Do you have any
I
more
am a
evidence you want to present?
I have plenty of evidence. Just give me 1 second to look over here. Now you see, I don't get paid in cash. I get paid in meme coins. Yeah, that's right. I do this for the love of the game.
Yo, we got a nice suit off of
Alright,
meme
alright,
coins.
alright.
I do this for the love of the game. There's no cash money involved here. How am I supposed to rent a Lambo with meme coins? I ask you.
Well,
There's no way.
defense. The prosecutor is claiming that the Broflovsky family rented the Lamborghini, not you.
Yeah, see, Kyle? That's what you get for having Jewish parents.
That's true.
Oh.
Ooh.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add at this time, defendant?
Damn, that's a pretty hard argument on shit. 1 second. Fuck. Sorry, my notes are a little jumbled here. I wasn't expecting that.
Take your time, counsel.
Yeah?
Oh.
Now, Kyle has the power to create a black hole. I ask you, why would he simply leave a body stranded about if he could make a black hole and just evaporate Kenny? There's no need.
Oh,
Kyle's
shit.
power.
Wow, what a twist,
Yeah,
dude.
oh my god.
Yo, I am
Damn.
shooketh.
Such trivial practices as murder and leaving bodies and bloody knives around, that's below Kyle and Jewish descent.
He is-
Counsel, do you care to elaborate on how Mr. Broflovsky is able to conjure up black holes?
I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, Your Honor.
That makes plenty of sense to me. Prosecutor, you have the floor.
And for my final piece of evidence, I'd like to circle back to some of my my very first piece of evidence. Our late friend Kenny, his YouTube channel that Mr. Broflovsky, or what we believe is the cause of all this, Mr. Broflovsky's jealousy. And we have one more final point that will prove his jealousy, as we have the evidence of overweight women. You
I
know,
love a big bitch.
Kyle
He likes them big. He
Kyle
likes 'em-
Kyle was always
Yeah,
having to
nice.
take one for the team, and it was displayed many times that Kenny was able to pull women.
Oh shit.
And so when when they would
You
go
have a
out,
way with words.
when they would go out as a group, Kenny would be the one, with the women surrounding him, and Kyle always had to take the one for the team. And I think that also built in and further supports the evidence that Mr. Broflovsky across from me was jealous of his dear friend Kenny and just Kenny's game.
Interesting. You have okay, sweet. Defense. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Yes, I'd actually like to call my witness to the stand. Don't mind, Your Honor.
Of course. Who would you like to call?
The truck driver.
Hey!
Hey, how's it going, Mr. Driver?
Well, it's going
Stop
good. How are
driver
you?
Alexis.
Pretty good, pretty good. Now, I ask you, Mr. Driver, you drove past the scene
Sorry,
of
bailiff, I'm
Kenny's
having a hard
demise.
day.
Is that correct?
Okay.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
You're good. You drove past the scene of Kenny's demise. Is that correct?
I did.
Now, did you see Mr. Kyle, that whatever his last name is, drive past the scene?
No, actually, Kyle's
Did you see him
starting out in
anywhere
the
near?
business, and he's working with Rodriguez up in Seattle. He's a couple hundred miles away, or he was.
See,
at
now
the
I
time.
implore you, counsel.
That boy lying.
How could
Hey, man.
he have been in the same place as Kenny's demise if Kyle was in
Hey,
Seattle at
stop
the
it.
time? I rest my case.
I have some
Uh,
cross-examination I would like to do.
Of course. Just to be
Yes.
clear, Mr. Truck Driver, you're claiming that Kyle was in Seattle at the time of the murder.
Yes, he should have been, because he was working with Rodriguez. He was in training.
Okay, so just to be clear, you didn't actually see him, but that, to your knowledge, that's where he was.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Prosecutor, you have the floor.
So, truck driver. As someone who often travels, you should know, rough distances between locations, correct? And how far would you say Seattle is from South Park, Colorado?
Oh wow. I mean, that's something like 2,000 or 3,000 miles. I don't know. It's a lot.
I think we should just. This witness and everything he just said should be thrown out entirely as he tries to claim that Seattle, Washington is 2,000 to 3,000 miles away from South Park, Colorado.
Now, are we really gonna get caught up on the logistics? He made an estimate.
Ooh.
I don't know. I don't look at the miles. I
Ooh.
just drive. I'm old-fashioned like that.
Now, and this is no offense to you, Mr. Driver.
God.
Thousands,
You look
thousands,
like the most well-educated man.
thousands of miles.
He's a truck driver.
Order.
Wow.
Sorry,
Order.
my heart palpitation thing is coming up
Hey,
again.
order!
Order in the damn court.
I apologize.
Do either one of you have any further questions for Mr. Truck
But
Driver?
I have one more question I would like to add on top of
Yes, of
mine.
course.
Sir, the juror over here.
Yes.
Let's
He
see.
had a question.
So I'm waiting on my turn. Thank you, Judge. We also, in the United States, what is the legal age to get a CDL license?
I don't know. It must have changed it probably changed since I was a boy, but it used to be 21.
Well, would it have changed enough from when you were a kid to now? Because Mr. Bravlowski sitting across from me is a 5th grader.
Well,
I personally don't see the United States changing it to where we are allowing, 12-year-olds to be able to get a CDL.
well, I can tell you firsthand, the company's a little shady. That's all I'm gonna say.
But
Prosecutor, do you have any more questions for the witness?
I have no more questions for the witness. That's all I need to ask.
Thank you. Defense, I'm going to allow you an opportunity to defend your witness because at this time, his credibility is being challenged.
I see. Now you see, all of these trucks are equipped with webcams of some sort in order to keep an eye on their drivers, right? Kyle wasn't driving said vehicle, but was the passenger, and therefore overseeing operations. Not driving. He's 12.
And you have a time-stamped footage of Kyle.
Well, yes, that's
in-
what these
in
that's
Seattle.
What these webcam. That's what this webcam has. It's the webcam from the truck that he was in at the time.
All right, do you have anything else you want to add?
That's all for now.
All right, prosecution, you have the floor.
Okay, I think that this whole truck driver story is a fraud. You know, it's not true. As a 12-year-old, I don't think any company, whether they're corrupt or not, would allow a 12-year-old child to be operating in a high weight motor vehicle. These truck drivers are the backbone of our economy, and we need to make sure these products and what they're carrying get delivered in a timely and orderly manner. I think by allowing a 12-year-old to run the operations from within the truck, it puts integrity on both the country and the company. And I think if this company was trying to pass off a 12-year-old as the lead person in the vehicle, the company would fold. I don't think a 12-year-old has the skills to be able to navigate the U.S.
Counsel, while I may be inclined to agree with you, the defense has presented pretty clear video evidence placing Mr. Broflovsky in Seattle at the time of the murder.
Video editing is free in this
Also
current
true.
year. It's very easy to be able to fake video evidence. I think that, like I said, I think that footage is fake. I don't think that footage is real. I think that footage, has been tampered with and altered to make it seem like Mr. Broflovsky is innocent.
Would you
As
care
we've
to elaborate?
as I presented earlier, the Broflovsky family has money. How difficult would it be for them to go out and hire a video editor to, make a couple alterations to make their son, to give their son a more, to give their son face, to, make sure their son stays innocent, stays on the right side of the law. And if that comes, behind, some family money, so be it. Let's keep our son safe.
Prosecutor, I think that's a perfectly fair point. I'm going to give the defense an opportunity to rebuttal, and then we'll move on to our closing statements.
Now, I would like to remind everyone why we are here today. This is for the murder of Kenny. This is not for the operations of a shady business. Now, we could go over that in a separate trial, but today, we are here for the murder of Kenny, and I would like to believe that the evidence I have presented has put Kyle in no such way could he have done this. In fact, I think we should start investigating that Cartman. That is all I have to say in rebuttal.
I would like to rebuke against his statement.
Go for it.
Everyone.
Let's keep it brief.
I will. The whole community of South Park knows that Kyle hates Cartman just as much as Cartman hates Kyle. So why would Kyle's belongings be possibly linked to the murder of Kenny, when only one item of Cartman's was found at the scene, of which this article of clothing had no bloodstains on it? I think Kyle's also trying to frame Cartman for this trial, which is why Cartman's beanie was found at the scene of the crime.
Thank you, counsel. Defense, do you have anything to say about the prosecution's claim that this video is doctored? Because I really think that's the smoking gun here, is this video evidence.
Let me look here. Well, I implore you to think back to the beginning of this trial and how I started this. Kyle is an upstanding member of society. If he were to fake something such as kill a dear friend of his, would that not only bring harm to his community? I feel like Kyle is much better than killing someone in his own community when he himself was seen giving Kenny the money to get out of that home. So I feel like it really comes down to a matter of perspective, where we do have evidence supporting sides. But it comes down to morals, and I think Kyle is a man of strong morals.
All right, at this time, prosecution, please make your closing statements, and then we will deliberate with the jury.
Member of the single jury, I feel I have presented a very strong case, and the only argument that the defense has had has been Kyle's morals. However, if Kyle's morals were to not be questioned, why would Kyle rent a Lamborghini and not, help his dear friend out by renting a hotel instead of the Lamborghini? I think his morals have been very questionable and very shady throughout this whole trial based off the evidence presented. And I think it's pretty obvious that this little boy is very much guilty of this murder.
All right, defense don't allow an opportunity to make a closing statement.
All right. Kyle loved Kenny. He gave him money so that he could live day to day, even though he was in a box. Kyle is a very respected person, but he didn't get there through no hard work, and so he didn't want Kenny to have the easy way out. He needed him to learn character. So while he was taking care of Kenny, he couldn't completely get him out of the situation he was in. And it's a shame that Cartman decided to take advantage of not only Kenny, but Kyle's kindness as well. I would like to say that we do have video evidence, and while it is so easy to fake such things nowadays, what do you believe in your heart? That was a horrible closing.
He's talking to me. It's like a jury.
Well, you are the one that's gonna vote, so.
Oh shit.
I'm talking to you and the judge.
All right, jury, do you need any time to deliberate?
Yeah, I thought the black hole was a good argument. The rented Lambo seems sus. They are Jewish. But if it had to come down to me, I think
You think he's not guilty?
he's not guilty.
Let me review my notes here. I'll take your plea into account. All right, this is a tough decision. In the case of Kyle Broflovsky, I'm going to find you not guilty.
Oh. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These custom cards are super funny, and like I said in the last Guilty as Sock video, if you want to see more videos and on this game, make sure to like and subscribe. Leave some comments down below for some custom cards. Make sure you put what it is, and then you add a description at the bottom with it to put on the card. I want to have some of your guys' cards in this evidence, and so yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video. Take it easy, and peace out, everybody.